Fantastic, fantastic Friday! What's going on, everybody? It's this guy, Sammy the Man McIntyre. We are back. Moving the Chains podcast. We're rocking, we're rolling. Here to scare you a little bit for some Freaky Friday. Here's Chucky. You want to play? Let's go, baby. Well, we're going to play. Because today, I want to talk about Chris Olave. Saints guy got his contract. I want to dive into that. Man, Ohio State receivers, they're making their bucks in the NFL, baby. I'll tell you what. So, they're getting their PhD. They're getting their PhD in balling because those guys are balling. So I want to dive into that. I also want to touch on the NFC West. Today, my last division prediction. Before we kind of get wrapped up, we got 30 days left until college football. Man, I can feel it, man. I can just feel it. Ooh, it's getting me good. It's getting me nicey because I'm feeling it, okay? So I want to dive into that. But I want to start with this. So Chris Olave, the star receiver for the Saints, who kind of early on in his career had some concussion issues. Maybe that's Derek Carr throwing him hospital balls. I don't know. But, got dinged up that 2022 year because he came in, I believe, the same time as Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. So both those guys did. And then Jack Smith and Jigba obviously came a couple years later, along with Marvin Harrison. So the lineage of Ohio State receivers, Jeremiah Smith's going to be that next year. Hopefully the Raiders can get him. We'll see. We'll see. Don't want to get my hopes up. But I will say this. So Chris Olave got his money. And it couldn't have came at a better time. I'm looking at these numbers that I saw from Schefter. 100 catches, 1,163 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns last year. Absolute baller. It's funny. There's another Ohio State receiver that Saints fans know, Michael Thomas. Slant man. Where'd he go? He went MIA. They got the money, and then he never handled it well. That's not the case with Chris Olave. Chris Olave is a very solid cat. I've heard good things. Ohio State, they produce high-character guys under Ryan Day. With Urban Meyer, a little questionable. Farad Meyer, anybody know? I do. 41 players arrested and raped on his watch. I don't know. A little sketchy, Urban. But be that as it may. So we got a 4-year, $132 million deal with $90 million guaranteed. That's perfect. And now the Saints can go, okay, we got our quarterback. He's on a rookie contract. Let's build around it. You got to pay somebody. Can't have all these guys on rookie contracts, okay? So you have that down. You got Saints. I predicted it yesterday. I think they're going to the division. Because the more and more I hear about Carolina, it's not looking good. Guys are getting hurt like flies out there. So, good for New Orleans. I like the move a lot. I mean, these Ohio State receivers, man, I'm looking at this list. I'm going through my notes here. Sorry, I'm catching an eye here. But I'm looking at these guys, the Ohio State guys. I mean, Jackson Smith-Jigba, 42, highest paid, $42.2 million. I'm looking at Garrett Wilson, $32.5 million. Terry McLaurin, $32.3 million. And now this. So Ohio State's producing them. And they're getting high character guys. Receivers is me, I. None of this. So I love this from their perspective. And I think the Saints did the right thing by signing Chris Olave. And I cannot wait to see this Shuck Olave connection throughout the season. I'm going to be down there in New Orleans in the end of September. So hopefully he doesn't do much bad to my Raiders, which I remember last time we were down there was 16. Brandon Cooks had the 98-yard touchdown. So fingers crossed doesn't do damage to my Raiders, but hopefully it does damage to the rest of the NFL when they play this year. Okay, so NFC West, as I predicted last year, I'm looking at my notes here, I had Rams, Niners, Seahawks, Cardinals at the beginning of the year. End of the year, it was Seahawks, Rams, Niners, Cardinals. So Niners really made the playoffs with a bunch of average Joes. They got in, and they really impressed me, okay? And then they, obviously hit the road when they got smashed by Seattle up in Seattle. No shock there. Okay. Arizona's going to be last. I think they're leaning toward the future, Arch Manning, maybe Dante Moore. I think it's going to be in that class. And Arizona's got a decision to make. And I think you can win games with Jacoby Brissett. I don't think they got a long way to go. And now Marvin Harrison doesn't look like he's your guy. Yikes. Talk about like a whiff. I think Arizona you could run that back, I think they would have taken Neighbors. And again, I'm not going to be, second fiddle here. I said it when they came out. I remember telling my dad this. I'm like, Marvin, older Marvin's dad was kind of like, you gotta have that dog in you. Give me the damn ball. Like, that fire. And he just doesn't, I don't know. He just kind of, just something was missing in that gene pool. So Arizona's going to be fourth to me. I think Niners, to me, are probably going to be third. I just have a hard time with older team. Guys getting hurt. Ricky Pearsall's out again. Oh boy, I mean, it's just a lot of question marks with the Niners, and then you got the Kyle Shanahan car accident, which is just holy shit. Lucky that guy's alive. 40 stitches and holy shit, man. Whoo! Hot dog. I mean, lucky that guy's alive. God help us. So luckily, the Niners just got a lot of shit going on. Bosa looks back. He looks good. Middlecoff's connected with the Niners. He was talking about it the other day. Know some people at that camp. He said that Bosa looks great. If he does, then there you go. Nick Bosa's a stud. He's got to stay healthy. But when he's on, he's on. And that rookie, he's been a great player since his rookie year. But I think, to me, between Seahawks and Rams, I think I'm going to lean Rams just a little bit more than Seattle. I love both quarterbacks. I love McVay. I love Mike McDonald. I think Mike McDonald's a badass. He's like the NFC version of DeMeco Ryans, what he's doing up there in Seattle. I mean, the wizardry, the genius that he has defensively. I mean, he did this in Baltimore. Like, let's not think Mike McDonald ain't some scrub. He did it at Michigan for the Harbaugh brothers. He did it for Jim. He did it for John in Baltimore. Like, this guy's high-level cat, and he knows what he's doing. And he's learned from the best. He learned in Georgia. He learned under Harbaugh. Both Harbaughs. So, highly respected. Just ass kicker. Total badass. The Seattle team. And listen, they're going to be a little bit different offensively. Clint Kubiak's now the Raiders head coach, which I'm so happy about. Fired up about. It's like Ben Johnson went to Chicago. That kind of impact I'm hoping he has for my Raiders. I'm hoping. But the only reason why I'm putting Rams a little bit ahead of the Niners is because you lost Clint Kubiak. Super Bowl hangover, maybe. You lost some guys. Who's your running back? You did take Jadarian Price from Notre Dame. Stud. Badass. So you got him. JSN's locked in. You got Cooper Kupp. The offense is going to be okay. Is it going to be like last year? No. And Sammy's going to have those stretches where he kind of goes through some lumps. But Seattle's so damn well-rounded as a team that sometimes if Sammy plays like shit, and shithead Sammy enters the equation, then the team can pick him up because they're so well-rounded and they got depth. So I'm not, in the worst of ways, worried about Sam Darnold and Seattle. The Rams, I'm going to pick them. I think they could probably represent the NFC. I really do by the year's end. I just think the way that Stafford's playing, the way that, they got dudes everywhere. Aaron Donald might make a comeback. Noah Leasinger, holy shit, you better watch out, man. Woo! My best Rams fan brother on here. But I just think the Rams, as long as you got McVay, Stafford, that brain trust, Les Snead, Stan Kroenke kind of cashing checks, does help when you're in L.A. But I'm sold on the Rams. I really think they can win the Super Bowl. I think they win the division. We'll see next year the way it ends, but the way I look at the Rams, the way they're built, their offensive line, they were one of the best teams in football last year. I mean, they were a muff punt away from being in the Super Bowl. Like, we forget that sometimes. And they probably would have beaten more doors off New England than I think the Seahawks did. So, I do think, and listen, McVay, his offense is getting copycatted. I mean, I've said it before. McVay's offense, 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers, a back, and a tight end. You have receivers that block in the run game, which they do. They use heavy use of motion, and then they create speed advance at the snap. They force defense to respect the run. So I'm just really sold on the Rams. Excuse me. But I'm really still on the Rams. I think the Rams probably represent the NFC next year, going to be in that Super Bowl bubble. And I just have a feeling that they're going to be there at the end of February. So that is all I got for you guys today. I'll probably post a little bit more content, but we're getting close to football, so might take some time off. But for the time being, I posted some content. I'm ready to get rocking and rolling again. I got 30 days of college football. I cannot wait. Hope you guys have a great, great weekend. Fantastic, fantastic Friday. Freaky Friday with some Chucky in it. Want to play. Hope you guys are doing well. Adios. Godspeed.